Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a major reading. Yes, you see the thumbnail, you see the title. This is probably one of my more messier readings, and I'm here for it because I feel like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Point them out, point them out. If you don't know why I have decided to do this reading, it is largely because of some recent events that has taken place here in America, from a certain Darth Maul that is behind General Palpatine, kind of directing the gears, so to speak. And I figured, why not do this reading and just like throw it to the wind, not care. Um, if you don't understand the speak that I'm going on here, this is on Kate and Stephen Miller. And the alleged affair that Kate Miller may be having with Elon Musk. For those of you who don't know, Kate Miller, Stephen Miller's wife, I believe she is also expecting right now. She used to work for Elon Musk. I think she was part of Doge. And she stepped away from that, once everything was going on. It kind of got in the heat of the moment. If you don't know who her husband Stephen Miller is, I'm disappointed in you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Unless you're somebody who's not here from America. But Stephen Miller is the brainiac behind a lot of Trump's policies, especially in regards to immigration, ICE, deportations, kind of like how he does world affairs as well. Homeland security. He's like the brainiac behind a lot of these things. And it shows on his face. It shows in his looks. I will say that. I'm not going to get into depth about that. You can look it up if you want to. It really shows on his appearance. And it's interesting to me that Stephen Miller, when I first seen his wife, I was like, is she Indian or Asian or something? I still don't know what she is, but she looks like a person of color, unless she tans really well. So it's interesting to me that you have all of this disdain, I guess you could say, for people of color, and your wife looks like a person of color. But I don't know, I could be wrong on that. So I figured I would get into this messy reading and see what comes up. Again, there is an alleged affair going on between Kate Miller and Elon Musk, and it's kind of just like one of the open secrets in the White House, like much of everything else that goes on in the White House or under this administration. That is my commentary. So yeah, I want to see what's gonna come out, if I'm gonna get anything from the cards. But before I do, I do want to issue a disclaimer that all statements made are alleged for entertainment purposes only. I try to differentiate when I am making my own commentary, or when I am trying to decipher something that I got from the tarot cards, or if it's something that is a stated fact that comes from, we've seen it out in the open, despite what some outlets or news wants you to believe, okay? It's out there, it's proven facts, and that's what it is. You have seen it with thine own eyes, okay? Outside of that, I want to also make sure that you understand that I am not someone who feels like, oh, because I read tarot, I am all seeing, I'm omnipotent, I'm omnipresent, I know everything. I'm not a know-it-all. I sometimes get things wrong with tarot, and I am absolutely okay with that. That is sometimes how things work, because I am an intuitive reader. There are certain things, certain messages or meanings and things like that I am going to misinterpret, mistranslate, because I am not the great creatress. So yeah, I'm going to probably misconstrue some things or misinterpret something, but I'm going to try to give it to you as best as I'm getting it, as I receive it, okay? With all of that being said, if you understand that tarot is not the end all be all, that I am not saying that what I'm saying is gospel, it is written in stone and there it shall be. It's prophecy. It's not with how this works. Not my tarot, at least. I'm not saying that. I don't want you to give me that kind of power. With all of that being said, I highly encourage you to also exercise your own power of discernment as we go into these readings, and just kick back and have fun. Okay, don't take it too serious. So, with all that being said, let's get into this. All right. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes of this, okay? What's Kate Miller's feelings towards Elon Musk? What is Kate Miller's feelings, energies towards Elon Musk? Shall we? I had quite a few cards flip over my hand. I do have the Star in reverse. I have the Hangman, I have the Devil, and I have the Nine of Cups. But the one card that actually did fall is the Six of Coins here. Does she feel like he is selfish? Selfish? And I know he being Elon Musk, I believe he said he has confirmed that he has Asperger's. He has very much said that. And if I'm not wrong, I think Asperger's is kind of like on that spectrum of people who are autistic. So sometimes they don't pick up on social cues or emotions very well. And so I wonder if that's something that's coming up here with her, because the Knight of Cups and the Six of Coins is coming up here in reverse for her. So to me, it makes me feel like the energy that I'm picking up on, that I can interpret this as, it feels like something along the lines of like, it could be emotionally stunted, or just like not emotional, not understanding, and then also kind of like being selfish. And that those two kind of could probably run into the same way, especially if you have an emotional tie to somebody. Like you feel like you're pouring a lot into them and you feel like you're not reciprocating that, they're not reciprocating that to you. Not saying that they have to, but that's something that's coming up here. Okay, now what is Elon Musk's energy, feelings towards Kate Miller? We do see that Queen of Wands coming up. This emotions towards Kate Miller. So notice the Queen of Wands come up here. I think he does see her as being cute or hot. Maybe smart as well. I mean, she did used to work for him, so there has been rumors out there that Elon Musk actively approaches a lot of the women that have worked for him or worked under him, and kind of just tried to like sperm bank them, I guess you could call it. I might have to cut that part out, but yes, that is a common rumor that you have heard about Elon Musk and his female employees. Let's see what is the energy between the two, between Kate Miller and Elon Musk. What is the energy between Kate Miller and Elon Musk? Okay, I get the Tower card. Interesting. Is it because of the fallout with the administration? Yeah, the Page of Swords here as well. Is this stemming from the fallout, or kind of like the separation that has taken place lately with the the blowback that Elon Musk has faced with Doge, the blowback with her husband's policies, the blowback with the administration and the Blankstein files? Like, I don't know, but that is the energy that's coming up in between the two, the Tower and the Page of Swords. To me, the Tower usually speaks of some kind of like, I guess you can say bad press or calamity that's kind of coming your way. It's like unavoidable. It's happening. Also with the Page of Swords here, usually when I see the Page of Swords, it's kind of like acknowledgement. People are aware, as you know. It's kind of like the word that I think of when I see the Page of Swords. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. My camera decided to kind of lag there and go out. But as you can see here with the Page of Swords and the Tower cards that I was talking about earlier. Also, for the underlying cards, I have the Seven of Coins here. That seems like business, business, business. Eight of Coins. And I always note in this particular deck, you have the Eight of Coins here. And you see this woman struggling to kind of shape these brambles into the 5-pointed star, the pentagram here. And she's like crying through the pain. It's kind of like you're trying to make something work that is probably, you know, that isn't best or that doesn't work, but you kind of side on the way of power or, you know, money, wealth, whatever the case may be here. Now, we do have the Three of Cups coming up here in reverse. I do want to be fair. This is not hedging my bets. This is wanting to be fair. Typically the Three of Cups can speak to like a cheating card. Maybe there was something where maybe they were attached to each other previously. Maybe they were a thing. Or maybe there was something there where kind of like maybe her and Stefan Miller probably called a break and did a hall pass kind of thing. It could be speaking to something like that, or it could just be speaking that the three of them are just all good friends. There's not amorous feelings there. It could just be feelings of appreciation, of knowing we're on the same side, that we're working together, that we kind of have some kind of alignment with one another. That could also be kind of like the energy that this is speaking to. But let's see if I'm going to get more clarity on that, to see if there's something different or not. Okay, so the cards I have here are, I have the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. This is dealing with abundance, the number one. I am also getting, what is this one? Oh, flexibility, the number 13. A prehistoric bamboo forest in Southeast Asia. And then I am also getting transformation, number 40. This is the Rumi of Persia, sorry. Flexibility, transformation, and abundance. They're all coming up in reverse here. Something makes me feel like there's something behind the scenes, which is not a far reach here, that the three of them have been a part of, that they are maybe still working on or ironing out the kinks on, or maybe they kind of like put it on the shelf for a second because of, again, a lot of the hot button things that's been going on lately here in America. I wonder, is there something that Kate kind of assisted with in regards to Elon Musk's company or Doge or whatever the case may be? Because again, usually when I see the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, I think of like if my history isn't messed up, I could be getting this mixed up with another ancient building or relic or whatever going on here. But wasn't the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, wasn't it meant to be, it was serve two purposes. It was created for to show somebody's sincerity of love for their wife, but it was also meant to show the strength and the beauty of Babylon. But you know, it's no longer existing now, or you know, it's remnants of it. And then when I think about the Rumi of Persia, as far as I know, that has morphed into another religion, I believe. Or is it, I think it starts with an S. Um, I think of them primarily in India. It's you have, oh my God, I'm blanking on their name. Sikhs. Yes, got it. I think of like the Sikh culture when I see the Rumi, but I could be getting that mixed up. But again, just giving you that. Or I think about the what do they call it? Is it the swirling dervils of Zoroastrianism. Like, I think that is still a practice in certain religious spaces still to this day. Like, if you're spinning and twirling, they kind of see that as you kind of getting closer to God, or their God, or whatever it is that they praise. Um, is this dealing with AI? Maybe that's. I'm thinking this is something dealing with AI. It's not like not on the physical plane, but maybe this is something dealing with AI. I could be tripping. Look, I do have metamorphosis, butterfly here, globe, possibility, and then I also have skull, endings here coming up in reverse. This with that tower card is a bit interesting. Yeah, with this possibility, globe, and the butterfly metamorphosis makes me feel like if this isn't dealing with AI, it makes me feel like it's dealing with internet. Um, Something air quality, like with that messaging, advertising, branding, internet, AI, something maybe dealing with that that's trying to come through in this reading that I don't quite have my finger on. I haven't quite grasped. Mm. Okay, just make a note of that. Put a pin in that. And lastly, let's just look at what's coming up here for. Oops. Let's see what's coming up here for Kate Miller and her husband. Let's see what's the energies between those two, and then wrap it up there. Okay. The Magician did want to pop out first, but I'm going to put that back and see. Okay, so I noticed two things wants to come out here with him. It is the Three of Cups and the Eight of Coins in reverse here. I think there is something here where, is this just to look good on paper? Hold on. Let me actually get a beat on this. What is Stefan Miller's energy feelings? The Wheel of Fortune here. I get one more card of clarity for Stefan Miller's energy. Where's his wife? And the Two of Swords. Interesting that's coming up here. Okay, I have two cards for her as well. I have the Six of Wands in reverse and the Ten of Coins. I'm getting two cards everywhere for these two. Okay, I have the Page of Wands and then the Eight of Cups. I don't know if you all have been in the the manosphere space, but this almost feels like Akash and his wife's. How some people interpreted their relationship. Um, God. Honestly, this is my commentary about it, and I know some people are gonna be like, "You just saying it because it's such a little." This seems like she felt that she could have done better, but she got with him because of the, I guess, the status symbol of it all, the connections, the network of it all. It was kind of like, well, it's only a limited number of people I could really date that's probably like in my age range, that's like in the bracket, the tax bracket that I want, in these certain spaces that can open up certain doors for me when it comes to certain things. This seems like that's kind of like what's coming up for here for me, for her, with this Six of Wands and Ten of Coins. It's like, financially, yes, this works out, but I could have done better, maybe on the looks department, essentially. But it's like this will work. We kind of align. You kind of meet me in some of the spaces that it matters most to me. I feel like that's most people when they get married. It's fine. We don't get everything that we want out of the marriage. Some people do. Some people are lucky, but sometimes you just kind of have to, you not settle, but you kind of have to be like, okay, well, I really don't need that. Or you bring this to me that I didn't even know that I needed. Or, maybe you don't come in the packaging that I want, but you have everything else, and I'm okay with that. And then for him, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Swords. Interesting here because it feels like almost like he's kind of like he feels like he won the lottery on one hand with the Wheel of Fortune, but then the Two of Swords, I don't know what this questioning is. It's back and forth. I don't know if there is a thing here maybe where it's like, I don't know if it's because of her connections with certain people, or if it's because there's a, what's the word for a self-esteem issue or something here. But there is a Two of Swords coming up here, and that's, to me, the Two of Swords often reads like between a rock and a hard place for me. It's a tough decision coming up. Why do you have a tough decision when it comes to you and your wife? What's happening there? Don't know what that's pointing to. And then we have the Eight of Cups and the Page of Wands coming up here in reverse. Eight of Cups, usually it's like you're leaving behind something that you no longer, hold valuable, that you no longer want. Is walking away from something upsetting. I don't know, again, if maybe, and I alluded to this earlier, maybe there's something here where these two, or one or the other, kind of walked away from a tumultuous relationship when they found each other, and maybe they kind of trauma bonded and didn't see this going this far, but here we are. And then we also have the Page of Wands here coming up in reverse. To me, that reads slow burn. So again, maybe it's a slow kindle to kind of like their romantic relationship. But again, it kind of, this almost, I have to point out Vance and what's this wife's name? I forget her name, but I did a reading on them as well. It kind of feels something along their lines like, hey, we line up mentally or emotionally, materially when it comes to these certain things. But, maybe we don't have like all of the love or something there. They kind of read like they diagonal or parallel to Vance and his wife relationship there. I do want to note the underlying cards I'm getting here is the Page of Cups. I also have the Page of Swords and the King of Wands. It's a lot of people in this relationship, or this is just really speaking to kind of some of the barriers that's going on here in their relationship, because we have this coming up in reverse. Again, Swords is the mental, Wands is kind of like what's the fire that ignites your desire here, and then we have the Page of Cups, that's emotional, and all of these are coming up in reverse. I don't know either one of their signs either, so I don't know Kate's and I don't know Stefan Miller's zodiac. Don't really care, but if it's one of them, a fire, air, or water sign, because that is something that's coming up. We do have this Page of Wands also too, so maybe there is a fire sign in here. And going back, Elon did see her as Queen of Wands, so is she a fire sign? I would be surprised. Like, is she like a Sagittarius? I could see that. Okay. Oh my God, it's so many cards I want to come out. I just need like 3 at the most, please. Because there's so many I want to jump out of my hands here. But I want to make sure none fell on the floor. Look, activation here. There's fire signs here. Okay, so the other thing that I'm getting don't read like Handmaid's Tale to me. Like, what the we have planning. And abundance. Here go the Hanging Gardens of Babylon again, but this time it's coming up in the upright. Exuberance for the underlying energy. We also have playfulness. This seems all serious, no fun. Higher consciousness also coming up in reverse here. To me, I don't like the energy. It kind of feels, I can't have fun with my partner. What's the point? Why are we doing this? We don't make jokey jokes. We don't really enjoy being around each other. It's all for business. It's all for what's on paper. It's all for optics. That's what it feels like to me. Okay, before I close out of this, let's see what Stefan Miller's energy is towards Elon Musk. Ace of Cups, Seven of Swords. I'm getting useful idiot. Allegedly. I'm getting useful idiot. They don't come up in the cards. That's not what that necessarily translates to, but I am getting useful idiot. What is Elon Musk's energy towards Stefan Miller? I have the Fool here. That is a lot. Okay. This energy between Stefan Miller. I am getting the Seven of Coins here again. Again, this feels like collaboration. Strength card and the Lovers. Yeah, to me, Stefan Miller's energy is diabolical. To me, it just seems like he's like, if I had to interpret this feeling that I'm getting, it just feels like useful idiot, keeping my enemies close. You allow me to do certain things, or you distract from certain things. It's great, it's wonderful. But would I ever invite you like over to my house to have like a real good time? Like, would I let my hair down around you? Absolutely not. Like, we're not that cool. And I also see Elon kind of seeing Stefan Miller is just kind of like, hey, that's the price I have to pay in order to get what I want. I don't have the grandest feelings or anything about him either, but here we are. Look, 9 of Wands, 9 of Coins, and 9 of... Why all these 9s? I want you to... I'm not lying. I'm not... 9 of Coins. That's like enjoying what you have, and the fruit of your labor. We have the 9 of Wands. This is, yeah, I mean, look at the skeletons and stuff in the background. This is kind of like, hey, there is, it's kind of like getting into bed with your enemies. Sometimes people also read the 9 of Wands as kind of like the witch hexcrafts kind of like card. Sometimes I kind of read it as kind of like the rest before the last big push kind of comes on. And then we also have the 9 of Swords. Okay, see that? Hearing something that you don't want to hear, knowing something that you don't want to know. The 7 of Coins, like we need each other to get stuff done. We work together. We're in proximity to one another because we're in close proximity to this one person to get certain things that we want out of it. However, I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. And that's pretty much what this seems like. Oh, the mind games. Oh, the mind games. Okay, seriously, last pull. I have the Taj Mahal. I have the Vitality here with the Sun. And what is this one? I also have Breakthrough, but it's coming up in reverse, the Moon Lantern. The energy between Elon Musk and Stefan Miller. I know you see the love card here. You're like, what? No, I think it's the access and the collaboration that they bring each other when it comes to business, not romantic feelings of love. It may be some romance there, almost like some love-hate relationship. I could very much see that being a thing. But yeah, it's just kind of like, hey, we're in this proximity, we're in this boat together, we're gonna make it happen. It's like those co-workers you see at work that they talk about each other, but every single time you turn around, they always at the bar together with each other. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? Weird, shady stuff. And it's just, I don't know, they keep measuring each other up. And it's like, okay, would you two just whip it out already and go at it and just measure up? Because, like, we're tired of watching this at this point. It's a weird dichotomy that's going on between you two. So yeah, that's kind of like the feeling I get between Elon and Stefan Miller. So yeah, if there was a affair between Kate's and Elon, I feel like there was probably something in the past, maybe picking up on these cards, reading from the cards, or something about, Elon appreciates her. He sees her as a pretty woman. However, the feelings and emotions I'm picking up, at least right now, between Kate and her husband Stefan, it just kind of feels like it feels handmaiden-esque to me. It feels weird as hell. To be quite honest. But that's my reading on this whole thing. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section below. And if you would like to see more readings like this from me, make sure to subscribe, hitting that notification bell to all. And until next time, I'm wishing you a blessed day, an abundant day, a protected day, a light day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.